to talk about how for your .NET Core APIs you can do the documentation using Swagger. Basically, what you have to do is you have to install a package called Swashbuckle for ASP.NET Core. So let's get started. Basically, I have a boilerplate .NET Core project running, and you can say when I go to API values, it shows value 1 and value 2. So right now what I've done is I've already installed Swashbuckle ASP.NET Core here, the package, and then I'll show you how to use it. It's pretty easy. And I'm using for reference .NET Core 3.1, okay? So in the startup, what you want to do is basically follow the instructions that are available on this package for the Swashbuckle. So let's do it together and see how that works. Basically, you have to add this Open API models because we will be using it. So let me do that in the very top here. So I've added that. The next thing you have to register the Swagger generator, and so the services.add Swagger generator, and you add a Swagger document, and the core is going to be v1, and you have to supply it an Open API info document, and basically you specify the title and the version. So we'll just copy just that and add it. So let's see what happens here. If you go into your configuration services, we'll just add it here. So you can see it's added here. Okay. Next thing you want to do is in your how you define the configuration, you have to edit this. So you have to tell it to use Swagger. So that's what this is. And then we have to also use the Swagger UI, which I'll show you. So let's do that in your configure, and we can add it at the top. That's fine. So we have added all of that, and that's pretty much all we need to add. And let me see if it will work here. So I'm going to clear the terminal here so you can see any new output, and we are going to try to run this. So it's running the project, and let's see if the compilation and everything passes. So I think it might have passed. So let's just go back to our controller here to see if it is still working. And yep, it is still working. And now to see the Swagger documentation, you just basically have to go to this endpoint / Swagger. So let me do that. I think I copied something different here. Let me try that. Okay, so now we can see the Swagger output, and you can see what it supports. It supports the get, the post, get API values by ID and all that. And especially if you look at the get API values, it says it can return a code of 200 as a success and so on. And that's the only one actually it does. So you can actually easily see the endpoints it is supporting: API for get API values, post, and then API values by ID and delete. And if you wanted to look at the endpoints, it is actually pretty clear in your returns controller. See, here is the HTTP get, just the get, then get by ID, then post, then put by IDs, and then a delete. And it's actually very well documented if you see this, how it's being done. So other thing you can do is you can actually try out this API values by just saying try it out. And here, since it really doesn't need any parameters, it's no parameters, you can just execute it. And if you execute it, it tells you the results in the response body. That's what it got. So it's really very nice way to see your documentation and to try out your APIs. I would highly recommend using this package, and I will add a link to this .NET Core Swashbuckle with ASP.NET Core, so you can read the documentation from Microsoft as well. Thank you for watching this short screencast, and you have a great day.